My billion-dollar disaster is on Kentucky and Missouri flooding. When and where did this event take place? This billion-dollar event took place in eastern Kentucky and eastern Missouri. These regions were impacted by major flooding that was a result from a stalled frontal system on July 26, 2022. A stalled frontal system is often called a stationary front, which is a non-moving boundary between two air masses with neither being strong enough to replace each other. 1.5 billion and 42. This disaster caused $1.5 billion worth of damages and 42 lives lost. Over the past 20 years, the billion-dollar disaster of flooding has had a recorded 24 events. Fortunately, the number of flooding disasters have been decreased since that time. Cumulative costs and lives over the past 20 years. After calculating the number of lives lost and costs and damages from each disaster over the past 20 years, we can see how devastating floods can be when a city or town is not prepared. I calculated that over the 24 events of flooding, they have caused $91.5 billion in damages and a total of 315 deaths. What causes flooding? The meteorological conditions that have caused this type of natural hazard was the event of 5 to 10 inches of rainfall across Kentucky and 8 to 12 inches across Missouri. Can this be because of climate change? The answer is yes. With the increase in temperature comes the opportunity for storm surges, increased snow, melt, and a rise in sea levels, all affecting the water on Earth. This then increases the severity of flooding in many regions across the United States and the world. I feel that climate change plays a role in this billion-dollar disaster based on the rise in temperature causing massive storm surges across the region. In the event of this, a region that typically does not see this amount of rainfall is not prepared infrastructurally for handling flooding. Therefore, the increased rainfall based on a rise in the climate produced a storm powerful enough to cause flash flooding to eastern Kentucky and eastern Missouri. What else can cause such a disaster? Factors that humans contribute to this event was failing to have a strong infrastructure that resulted in a stalled frontal system. Humans can better plan for such an event by allowing their dams and runoff systems to be able to withstand a higher amount of rain than they typically might have. Thank you.